One of the comments on our last video stopped me cold. Someone said Benedict and Sophie won't just have one baby, they'll have more than one. And they are absolutely right. Because according to Julia Quinn's books, Benedict and Sophie don't just start a family, they build one. 4 children, 3 boys and a girl on the way. And the name they choose for that 4th child? It will break every Bridgerton fan completely. That detail is coming up, and I promise you are not ready for it. Welcome back to the Central. Our last video on Benedict and Sophie's Season 5 role blew up in the comments. You all had a lot of feelings about Benophie babies. So today we're going all the way into the books, the epilogue Netflix didn't show us, and exactly what Benedict and Sophie's family looks like after the wedding. This is the full picture, and some of it is genuinely emotional. Season 4 ended with a wedding. Post-credits, surprise ceremony. The whole Bridgerton family watching Benedict and Sophie finally become husband and wife. It was a first for the entire series. No other Bridgerton couple got a dedicated credits wedding scene. That alone told you how important this relationship is to the show. But here's what Netflix didn't give us. The book has an epilogue, and that epilogue is set 7 years after the main story. 7 years of marriage, 7 years of building a life. And what Benedict and Sophie have built together in that time is something the show's audience has never seen, because it was cut entirely. So what's in that epilogue? Everything fans have been begging for. Before we get into it, subscribe right now if you're new here. We cover everything Bridgerton, and this channel lives and dies by your support. Hit that button. In Julia Quinn's epilogue, Benedict and Sophie are back at Bridgerton House for Lady Violet's birthday celebration. And they have 3 children, 3 boys, named Charles, Alexander, and William. Read that again. 3 boys, 3 little Bridgertons running through that house. And then Sophie, standing in the garden during the birthday party, tells Benedict something. She's pregnant again. Their 4th child is on the way. Benedict's reaction? He's immediately certain it's going to be a girl this time. He's convinced of it. And the name he chooses on the spot is Violet, after his mother. Not just a nod to Lady Violet Bridgerton, a full tribute. Their daughter, if she arrives, would carry that name forever. Netflix cut this entire scene from Season 4. We got the wedding in the credits, which was beautiful, but there was no epilogue, no children, no garden moment, no name reveal. The show made a deliberate choice to leave all of that for future seasons, and that means everything we just described is still ahead of us. Here's something else the show only hinted at. After the wedding, Benedict and Sophie don't go back into London society immediately. The ton, the gossip, the judgment, the class snobbery doesn't just evaporate because Benedict married who he loved. Sophie's background is still gossip fuel. Aristocratic families are still too judgmental to invite her to their events. So Benedict and Sophie do something that actually feels very them. They retreat to the countryside. They build a quiet life away from all of it. Benedict throws himself into painting. And not just any painting. He creates 3 portraits of Sophie. 3. The man is obsessed. And honestly, the fandom is too. They also make sure Sophie's stepsister Posy is set up nearby. If you remember Posy from Season 4, she was the one step-sibling who was actually kind to Sophie. In the books, Benedict and Sophie arrange for Posy to live close to them in the country, so their children can grow up together. It's a small detail, but it says everything about who Sophie is and the life she chose to build. Season 5 is set 2 years after the wedding. That timeline puts Benedict and Sophie right in the middle of this countryside chapter. If the show follows the books at all, we may see glimpses of that quieter life. The painting studio, the country house, the first hints of the family they're growing. Now here's the real question. How much of this does Netflix actually show? The show's pattern is clear. Every previous lead couple returns in the following season in a supporting role. Anthony and Kate came back for Season 3. Colin and Penelope appeared in Season 4. Showrunner Jess Brownell has already confirmed that Benedict will be a significant presence in Season 5, specifically as an emotional support for Francesca as she navigates her own complicated love story. But here's the thing. Benedict is back in Season 5 in a meaningful way. Sophie comes with him. They are a unit now, and Season 5 is set 2 years post-wedding. 2 years is enough time for at least one child, possibly 2. The show would be doing fans a disservice if they brought Benedict back without giving us even a glimpse of what domestic Benophie life looks like. The baby reveal, even just a hint, would send the fandom absolutely wild. One scene of Sophie visibly pregnant, or Benedict holding a newborn, would generate more views and comments than almost anything else this show could do. The writers know that. The audience reaction to our last video proves it. And if the show names a baby Violet, after Lady Violet Bridgerton, that scene will break the internet. Full stop. Let's talk about why this matters beyond the cute baby content. Benedict and Sophie's story was always about legitimacy. Sophie spent her entire life being told she didn't belong, illegitimate daughter, servant, outsider. The masquerade ball was the first night anyone ever looked at her and saw something worth dancing with. And Benedict married her anyway. Class divide be damned. Their children represent something the Regency era tried to deny Sophie entirely, a legitimate place in the world. Charles, Alexander, William, and possibly little Violet are the living proof that Sophie Baek won. Not just the man, not just the wedding, the family, the name, the legacy. That is the emotional engine underneath all of this, and the fandom feels it, even if they can't quite articulate why. The baby question hits so differently for Benophie than it does for any other couple in the show. The book epilogue Netflix cut is coming. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Season 5 will give us the first glimpse of Benedict and Sophie as parents. And if the show honors the books, we will eventually see those 3 boys and hear the name Violet spoken in that garden. Drop a comment right now. Which Benophie baby name is your favorite? Charles, Alexander, William, or the 4th one, Violet? Tell me below. I read every single one. And if you missed our last video on what Benedict and Sophie's secret role in Season 5 actually is, that's linked on screen right now.